If we look into the Selichos that we're about to say, I believe that's what we open up with these exact words. In the first Selicha of all of Selichos, Eich niftach peh lefanecha dar mesuchem. How can we open our mouth before you? Be'elu panim nishbach zichim. O you who dwell in the stretched out heavens. Listen, ga'alnu nesivosecha yeshar menachoychim. We loathe your forthright and honest paths. Kadosh Baruch Hu just wants us to be honest, to be open. Halachnu achrei masos shav maduchim. We went after vain, deceitful prophecies. We were deceitful with ourselves. We were deceitful with our Rebbeinu Shalom. Vikshinu orach ve'yaznu mitzachim. We made our necks stiff, our brows brazen. We decide how we want to serve the Rebbeinu Shalom. Tshuva means to open up and be honest with the Rebbeinu Shalom, to rebuild that relationship and how the Rebbeinu Shalom wants us to be with Him. Ani l'dodi v'dodi li. We're rebuilding this relationship with the Rebbeinu Shalom. What is at the core of any relationship? The core of any relationship is honesty. Being open, being real, being honest. And that's the first step in our relationship with the Rebbeinu Shalom. Being real. Not convincing ourselves I'm too tired to learn today. It's been a very long day. I have to run out of minyan. Quickly, I went to minyan already. It's okay. Kedusha happens, I can run out. All the different mind games we play with ourselves. When we rationalize and convince ourselves the way to serve the Rebbeinu Shalom. What is the Akdama of Vidoy? Vidoy, which is the crucial part of our tshuva that we're going to be doing specifically during Yom Kippur, but during all these days, starting tonight, we start clapping ourselves, Hashamnu, Maganu. And what are the words prior? What's the Hakdama? What's the introduction? What do we have to work on prior to the actual tshuva itself, which maybe is the foundation of all of tshuva? We say, She'ein anu hazei panim u'ksheroyer. We're not going to be brazen and stiff-necked. We're not going to be so full of ourselves. We're going to be open. We're not going to say, we're not going to say and think, we're tzaddikim and we haven't sinned. But we have sinned. The Rambam tells us those few words, Avo anachnu v'avaseinu chatanu, is the core of all of Vidoy, of all of confessions. 10 times throughout Yom Kippur, we're going to say, Al chet shechatanu v'necha, Al chet shechatanu v'necha. But tonight we start saying these words, Avo anachnu v'avaseinu chatanu. Why that word Avo? Why is the word Aval part of that statement? If the Rambam's going to break down Vidoy, confession, into a few simple words as the core, the foundation, what to focus upon. The word Aval, but, really doesn't change much. The but is a transition from the prior statement. We shouldn't say Sadiqim anachnu v'lo chatanu, Aval anachnu avaseinu chatanu. But if there's one core few words of Vidoy, it should be anachnu chatanu. We sinned. Why the word aval? Why the word but? Many Mefarshim try to explain. The word aval means, in truth, bekushta, omnon. Personally, it's very hard to understand how that adds anything to the statement. Saying anachnu chatanu, saying we sinned, is the same thing as saying, in truth, we've sinned. Does that statement really change? If I say, Avo anachnu chatanu, in truth I've sinned, as opposed to saying, anachnu chatanu, we've sinned, there's a little greater emphasis. But is that going to be, if the Rambam is going to break us down to a few simple words, that word Avo should be there for that in truth? So I thought perhaps you could say, what does the word Avo mean? Avo means but. The word but is the key to all rationalizations. The word but is the key to every time we are not objectively honest with ourselves, where we add our subjectivity to any decision we have in life, and we allow ourselves to stray from what the Ribono Shel Olam wants from us. But, and you can fill it in with anything, but I'm tired, but I had a long day, but I have other responsibilities. Aval anachnu chatanu is saying the core and the key to our vidui is aval, the word but. No more buts. The tshuva we have to do. And as we hear and hopefully are inspired by the tefillos beginning tonight, the first step in tshuva is just being open and being honest with the Ribono Shel Olam. If we want to rebuild that relationship, we need to find honesty. I read recently the following story I wanted to share. It's about a young man from Los Angeles, Chaim Shalom Kupfer. His experience. One early afternoon, Chaim Shalom boarded the number 3 bus on Ruchai Panami Road in the Mashgiach section of Jerusalem, heading downtown. The bus wound its way around Ruchai Saratskin, passing the noted Torah institutions in the area. Many of us are familiar. Scheinberg Yeshiva Torah is over there. And then came to the next stop to pick up more passengers. Noticing the unusually long line of people waiting to board the bus, the driver opened both the front and back doors and called out, "Tell everyone to get on and let those in the back pass up their money or kartisiot." People jostled their way onto the already crowded bus. Those who entered through the front door had their kartisiot punched as they passed the driver, while those who entered through the back door passed their cards or money forward. An 8-year-old boy made his way up to the driver and extended his kartisiot to have it punched. "I already punched your card," said the driver. "No, you didn't," protested the boy softly. It was hot. The driver had lost his patience. A few stops earlier and was no mood for an argument. "Get inside," he ordered. "You're blocking the people behind you." The little boy looked up to the stern-faced driver and said softly, "Ani lo yachol ze geneva." "I can't. That's stealing." "I told you I punched your card already. Get inside." The little boy walked towards the middle of the bus, downcast. The bus began moving, and after a few hundred feet, the driver stopped the bus. He had looked into his rearview mirror and noticed that the young boy was leaning against a pole in the back, crying. The driver turned to the boy and called him up front. "What's the matter, young man?" he asked. "Why are you crying?" The little boy came forward, looked up at the driver, and repeated softly, "Ani lo yachol ze geneva." "I can't. That's stealing." The driver took out his puncher, took the kartisiot from the child, punched it, and gave it back. He then patted the boy on the forehead and said with amazement and Jewish pride, "Say yafeh." That's beautiful. This boy had every reason in the world to just move on. All the titles would tell you, "I tried, I did what I could." But he was objectively honest with himself, with the Ribono Shel Olam. Ze geneva. Aval anachnu chatanu. No rationalizations. No buts. Ani l'dodi v'dodi li. If we want to rebuild this relationship with the Ribono Shel Olam, we have to open ourselves up and just be purely and brutally honest with the Ribono Shel Olam. That's Hashem's baruch. We should all be zocha. As we take these last few days prior to Rosh Hashanah, as we enter in this Mesugel Zman, this special time to reach out to the Ribono Shel Olam and rebuild that relationship with the Ribono Shel Olam. If we're able just to open up and be honest, we'll be zoicha to be that general, be zoicha to all the bracha, all the shefa, a ksivich to a year of simcha, a year of bracha, and a year of nachas.